Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, ELTEDDY.
Hi there. How are you?
Hi, birthday girl Abby.
Hello.
You are the birthday girl.
I am the birthday girl. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I just got
So, hey
firebirds.
everybody in the chat. Hi, hi, hi. Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Come on in.
Wait a minute. Raven, Lord, y'all know I know that woman named not Raven. Raven said that Remini is MAGA. Where did we get that information from? I'm not saying I'm shocked. I'm just saying, where did we get it from?
I thought Cali Boy was
I
mad.
thought Charlie Boy was the MAGA person.
I thought it was Cali. Is
Y'all
Remedy
gonna have to say,
too?
okay, Ravine, do you mean Remini or do you mean Cali? And if you do mean Remini, where did you get that information from? And to be perfectly honest, I can't entertain any of them. So if both of them are, if one of them are, I'm over it, all of it. So with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do we rate this episode,
Two.
Abby?
Uh, a, a negative 3.5.
I at least was on the positive scale. I
Oh,
said a
wait a minute.
two
Hold
out of
on. Hey,
10.
hold on. Hey, Fabio.
He doesn't like your kind.
I
Your powers do not work on him.
don't give a fuck. He's in the chat and I'm
Your
gonna speak.
powers do
He's
not
in
work
the
on
chat
him.
and I'm gonna speak. Now,
I'm just letting you know.
We 3 seconds in, family. We
right.
3 seconds
We
in.
just got
I guess
started.
I'll give you that. I've
All
managed
that
to
woman
build a
said
lot of
was
statements.
hi, Fabio.
All I said was hi.
It was the immediately attack.
Listen,
Golly.
actually, it's not the me you got to fight with. I think you might have to fight with Pablo because after this episode, y'all didn't catch what he was giving that whole little scene.
So, first of all, before we get into it on a serious note, Fabio, I just want to extend seriously, this is real serious. I just want to send prayers and thoughts to you and your family and any family members you have that may have been affected by this recent hurricane down in the Caribbean. I know, did he say where he was from?
He's from the Virgin Islands.
From the Virgin
Excuse me, the
Islands.
Virgin
So,
Islands.
and I know it's not all a monolith. I understand that, but just if you anybody that you may or may not be that may be affected, I want to extend that. Okay. For me, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, the nerd in me came out during this episode, so when we get to that part, that's just where I'm gonna be with it. So we start this episode off. It's the baby's birthday. Which one? Which one was it? Wasn't it his birthday party?
Oh, because you see, I'm like
I said I have notes, but I don't.
chop bangs,
Who?
chop bangs.
Please.
That is his name. He is chop bangs, honey. Girl, 'cause that's all I ever see of him. He claims to have all this body. The body is not bodying, but the chop bangs always chop bang. I'm just saying.
It was B Baby's birthday. Thank you.
Come on, BBL.
He does have a BBL. This actually looks really nice. His
It
BBL
does.
looks. I think his BBL looks
Tell
nice.
him that.
They be looking like a drumstick.
I thought his BBL looked really nice. Did you see it later
Oh,
on in the
he's got
episode?
actual work done on his body.
Yes. Did you see later in the episode we had them jeans on? You could the
Oh,
BBL.
but here's my question. I did not have that information up front.
How could you not tell he has a BBL?
I really don't be looking at him like that. I really
his
don't.
BBL look better than some of them
Brand new.
housewives.
However, comma, in the immortal words of one really be, in the immortal words of one really be, you telling me he actually got work done on him, but couldn't lipo nothing out? I'm just asking.
I think think he looks nice.
Wait a minute, where he going? Wait. Where he gonna get the lipo from? Where they gonna like? He ain't got
as an aficionado. No, baby, stop. As an aficionado on male strippers, when I go down to the male strip club, if Chop Bangs roll out there, baby, I'm going to the bar and have a drink. I'm going to go see what else is going on. Baby does not have, I'm a stripper and this is my life. I got bills to pay. Body.
Fabio says he does not have a
That's what I was saying. I was like, he don't look like he got no BBL. He just got hit.
Shut up. And don't act like you are an aficionado on male strippers. It ain't like, I'm sorry, we're heterosexual women. We look at male strippers too.
They don't look like him. I'm just saying. You know I ain't like it.
Yes, we are.
Hey, Demetria.
Nails, Magic Mike type of strippers. However,
like, wait a minute. Ask the chat. In the chat, do Chop Bangs look like he's a stripper?
Chop, I can't. Please stop calling that man Chop Bangs. Please.
He ain't got Chop Bangs.
See, this is why we get cussed out. And then
this is why you
I don't understand why they don't like me. I don't understand.
No, they cuss y'all out. I don't get cussed out anymore. It's you two that get cussed out, not me anymore. I'm the innocent one now. Here we are.
Who did I get?
How the tables have turned.
Oh, Chloe came for us, but we ended up being cool with Chloe.
Unfortunately, Chloe said I made her.
The people in the chat says he does not look like a stripper.
Yes, he do, because clearly he strips for a living. So that's what a stripper looks like. That's not how.
Moving right along.
If that's the case, I look like an NFL player. There it is.
Do you play for the NFL?
It don't matter. If he could look like a stripper, I could look like an NFL player.
It does. It does matter. Because that young man strips. So he looks like a stripper. Because that's what he does. That's how that works. That is a false equivalency, Professor.
I just don't see it, honey. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. But anyway, it was his birthday party. Everybody got along. Looked like they all had a good time. Yay. Anything else about that?
Wow. You just really are like,
because what
you really like, girl, I don't care.
He had his business. Listen, I seen that picture of you on the Instagrams, nephew. With all of the business out.
We saw you on the Instagram, nephew.
Who?
D.
Oh,
he was covered by cobwebs with all of his business in the streets.
It was, I'm always looking, honey.
Ravine said he did look like a stripper to her, but but seriously, I mean, I'm not being funny. I don't remember anything else in that scene other than look like they had a good time and they actually got along. I mean, it wasn't no fighting and no arguing. I mean, if y'all remember anything else, I don't have nothing. I got notes.
I ain't got nothing. It was forgettable.
And that's all I have in my notes is birthday party. That's all I got.
Well, happy birthday to that baby.
All right.
So he did say he had to raise money for his daddy. What's his daddy going through?
That's right. He was raising money for his dad. He thanked everybody that
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I felt like his daddy was sick with something. Right. His dad is sick. I don't remember him telling us if maybe he did it. And I don't remember. But
he said it last week when him and Pablo and the other guy sat down. Yeah, then he talked about it.
Did they say what the dad was going through? I don't want to be wrong, child.
I don't remember, and I don't want to make it up either.
I think I liked it already, Matthew. But I'll go back and check just to be certain. I think I liked it.
We know ELTEDDY liked it. ELTEDDY liked it from all his accounts. No, Chuck,
you're not blocked. We can see you. We see you, Chuck.
So next we have Cali Boy, Marlo, and Rashida went down to Eatonville. So,
hi, my name's Rashida.
Here's my question. Before you even go really beat, if Marlo gave us all of this fever a few episodes about her mom and her dad and how she can't stand them and she don't want to be around them, and then because I saw the dad there, I saw the mama there, they seem to be cordial. they seem to be chumming it up, or maybe I don't know, child. I feel like that was an opportunity with all of the things that Marlo says in the confessionals, and with as boring as this episode was, there was a missed opportunity to sit down with the mom and the dad and maybe flush all of that out or get that on the table and talk about it, because they were there and she seemed to be real okay with the mom and dad.
I feel like there were a lot of parts. I agree with you 100%. I feel like this was a perfect opportunity for her to sit down with her mom and dad and maybe have the conversation and flesh out what the issue is, why she feels the way she feels. I also think this would have been a great opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with her high school friends about her dead name and the importance of using her new name. Like, I feel like she mentioned it, but I just feel like we could have made a bigger moment out of that.
Because why was that lady talk about your tuck falling out and then push it back in? I was like, man,
kept calling her he, kept saying he, and I just feel like I understand that when people transition, the people that knew them before the transition, is not always easy for them. But I think since you brought it up, I feel like that would have been a great conversation to have. So I feel like there was some missed opportunities in that going back home moment. But let me tell you something. This is where
this is going downhill. I can see it already.
So before we get there, can I just
wait, no, I gotta hear this, please.
Wait, no, let me say, because I have something to say in regards to Marlo and that conversation about her parents. And y'all tell me if I'm doing too much. Maybe it's the Scorpio in me, but I feel like maybe Marlo is putting 20 on 10 in these confessionals.
Is or lying or outright lying. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like she be outright lying.
Okay, I wouldn't go.
Well, tell me what you mean, Ed, because I mean, finish your thought.
Because I feel
I'm
like
I disagree. I just want to hear your thought.
With the way, I don't know, maybe it's the interaction, but she said the conversation about her dad talking to her some kind of way, and maybe I feel like it's because it gives me like that TikTok trend where the person come on and says, my husband said he don't love me no more, and he was like, that's not what I said.
That's not what I said.
Right.
She's like, well, what did you say? I said you can't go to Target today. She's like, it's the same thing. I feel like that's like her daddy told her no, and now she feels like he disrespected her. Like, it's giving that type of vibe to me.
Right.
And like you said, really
trying to put color on it for the reality of it all. I don't know. That's how it comes across to me.
You preach the word when you say she didn't give us that full story about what happened when she came back from college. Something happened when mama got back from college, and we ain't got that story.
Yeah, it's more to that story. And again, if you're gonna open up the door, walk us through it. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna give it to it, give it all.
I mean, we're here now. The woman said your dick and balls falling out and to push it back in. So if the woman on the screen can say that, and you don't say nothing about this lady, you don't bat an eye and all of that. I mean, everything is out on the table, literally, at this point.
Not you. Oh my.
It's like the meme where it was like, rappers, stop telling people that your teacher said you wasn't gonna be nothing. Your teacher just told you to read out loud. Like, it's kind of like that. Right. Like just.
You got an F on the assignment, and that translated to you ain't gonna never be nothing.
Right.
You ain't doing
nothing. Okay. Somebody remind me to tell y'all the story about Bubba Chuck and being in my 10th grade English class.
Oh Lord.
And reading aloud. We the three of us are in each other's script. Remind me to tell y'all that story.
Okay. So here's what got me pissed off with this. And bear with me, y'all. This is the nerd in me coming out. This is the history buff, the nerd in me.
But they didn't tell you about Eatonville, huh?
Listen. Can we stop normalizing ghetto? Can we stop glamorizing? Yeah, because I'm hood. I'm from the ghetto. I'm hood. I'm hood. I'm from the ghetto. I'm hood. Yeah, because I'm hood. Because I'm hood. Can we stop glorifying being from the hood? Especially when you are from somewhere that has such a historical
Yes, it
reference
does.
as Eatonville.
Hmm.
When you are from, like, can we reference Eatonville? Can we reference Zora Neale Hurston? Can you talk about
Hmm.
how Zora Neale Hurston, like, can we bring
Neither her nor Cali Boy gave us
neither one of
nothing
them
on
put a
Eatonville. Eatonville
Eatonville?
is in Florida is such a historic place like St. Augustine.
Exactly. And can we, like, the fact that your whole moment was about how hood it was, and I can appreciate the story about your grandmother saying, hey, my grandmother, looked out for the neighborhood kids. They would leave their clothes. She would wash them and have them waiting. That was a cute little story. But it's like you made such a big deal about how hood you were, how ghetto you were, and you are from Eatonville. And I refuse to believe. Now, maybe you didn't go to school that day, or maybe you don't want to hold on to that part, but I refuse to believe that you were never taught about Eatonville and the rich history that Eatonville has to offer, and all that comes with that. Like, it bothered me. It bothered me so much. It bothered me so much. And as a history buff, as a literature person, as somebody who loves Zora Neale Hurston, it just pissed me off.
I mean, Taurus Moon, we know Eatonville in terms of topography is not that big of a place. However, that does not diminish the significance of Eatonville and what it is to the history of Black people and the city and the history of Florida with Black
Right.
people in Florida. It does, just because it may not be that large in terms of the geographical area, does not diminish its importance to the history of who we are as a people, especially in Florida.
Right. Little baby said, I don't see why they have a Zora Neale Hurston festival every year. Exactly. It's like, anyway, it bothered
It,
me.
it
And
burns your history teacher soul.
well, it bothered me from that perspective, and then from the opposite perspective, you wanted to talk about how hood you were and how hood it is and how ghetto it is. And I don't know. Look, I don't know where you from. I don't know your life, but I just feel like, why can't we put positive out? Why can't you? I mean, you can talk about your life, like your life is your life, and where you came from is real. But why not say, look, I might have come from this, but look at where the richness of this history. Every year, my mother took me, and maybe you didn't happen, but every year we have this. I don't know. It just bothered me. And I
My
understand
thing
she's
about
going
it
back to
is,
her life, but it just
Who,
bothered me.
my
wait, but
thing
who
about it is,
referred
I
to it
feel
as
like
the hood?
Marlo. What happened?
Who referred to it as the hood?
Marlo,
Marlo,
over and
Marlo
over and
did
over again.
over and over and over.
The
I'm the
thing,
hood.
I
the
feel
thing
like
about it
she's doing
is,
that because she's trying to one up
but
Rashida.
no. You was getting to the point that I'm making. I feel like Marlo is doing this thing where we see everybody chasing their this is supposed to allegedly be about people chasing their hustle, and we really haven't seen a lot of that from her. And I feel like she's trying to legitimize who she is, and her standing by saying she came from the hood. Like I don't know how else to describe why she tried to make that a point that she was from the hood, other than trying to legitimize who she is as a person. Why does that have to make you be better than I don't understand it. And you being somebody who told us you went to college and things like that or whatnot, what are you doing, ma'am? What is your job? What are you doing? Show us your hustle. Don't just tell us you from the hood. And I don't have a problem with you going back to the hood, but at least give us more than I'm hood. And like you said, really be, it's a lot of missed opportunities here. A lot, and if you're gonna go hood, bring the hood on screen and say, let's have this conversation about the issues with trans people and the hood, because sometimes there is that issue. Maybe even
Yeah,
if you wanted
like
to
her talking
explore
about
that.
them, right? Her talking about her childhood friends calling her dead name. Those are valid conversations. Let's have them.
Marlo is a stripper too.
Yeah,
Where?
yeah.
She's a
I missed
stripper,
that.
or does she do
I
shows?
missed that.
I
I
thought
thought
she did
I
shows. I
thought
didn't think she
last
was a
week when
stripper.
Rashida was talking about the club, and she was like, the T girls night is Sunday night, and me and Marlo. I thought she said both of them be there on the T girls night.
Oh, I missed that. I
I
totally
missed
missed
that.
that.
I was so
Totally
taken
missed
aback
that.
by the end of the episode where Rashida turned into Reggie.
Listen,
No, she wasn't stripping this episode, Ravine. She was doing a show.
Fabio said she's not a stripper.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She'd do shows. And doing shows is not stripping.
well, I
Even though
know she does
sometimes in
shows,
shows
but I could have sworn
they
Rashida
get
said
butt
she be there
naked.
with her. Damn it! You know
Okay.
what? Maybe am I not watching close enough,
You're not.
or is production not doing a good enough job?
Listen.
I think it's a little bit of both.
I was so overdone by the Rashida Reggie thing that like that's the only thing.
Oh, we gonna get there because I have words.
I'm still upset that y'all introduced
that
at the end of the episode and then didn't say anything else about it in this episode.
Okay, Marlo does shows. Okay, Marlo, my apologies. I was the one that said you was a scripper. I apologize.
Listen, I have words about Rashida and Reggie. Last week, I was trying to be prim and proper. I'm not being prim and proper this week. I'm just being honest.
Well,
like we ain't got no more information though.
Well, the producer spoke on I think it was Harviana. The producer did speak on that and say that that they're going to continue the story and they're going to continue the story, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. Okay. Next is the best part of this episode.
I was gonna ask an additional question. I'm sorry.
What, you gonna ask an additional?
I have several questions, but I'm waiting.
Do we think that she is doing that because she's from, where's it called? Homestead. Because she's from Homestead, and that is indeed the hood.
Now Homestead is hood. I ain't gonna hold you. Homestead is hood.
Do you think that Rashida comes to visit her mom, who I'm assuming maybe is still in Homestead? I'm not sure. But do we think that is why she detransitions to go see?
I think it has a lot to do with religiosity and all of that, or how she grew up and things like that. I got that when she was in the conversation with her mom. I felt that in that conversation. So that's why I said that I feel like that plays a big role. But we'll get there because I got questions when they went to the DMV.
I'm glad you're still here, Fabio. Fabio, if you still, I think you just mentioned, you just said something a minute ago. If you're still here, please let us know. Is that song already available on the streaming platform?
I did like Fabio's song.
I like that song.
But wait, is that the next scene?
It's called Water, I think, right? Isn't it called Water?
I don't know.
He said he's still there. Okay, so the next scene is actually the best scene of this episw. It's
Is
Fabio.
it? Oh dear God. Baby, it's not gonna work, honey.
I don't care. Now I can flirt. Shit.
We don't know, D. We don't know.
Fabio, first of all, Fabio, the song was good. I like the song. But do y'all notice how
it's not called Water? It's called
Gone. Do y'all notice how when Fabio is rapping, like the accent goes away? To me, it sounds like the accent goes away. Now, what I'm waiting for Fabio to do, because everybody I know from the Virgin Islands, they always weird me out. Virgin Island people, they don't say good evening. They always say good night when they come in the room. And it always weirds me out. My line brother, who y'all are going to meet, my line brother. But anyway, my line brother is is from the Virgin Islands. He's from St. Thomas. And when he comes in the room at night and says, good night. And I said, you just got here. You say good night when you're leaving. I'm from the Virgin Islands. We say good night. Instead of good evening.
Fabio says he has to articulate so you niggas can understand what the hell he's saying.
That's right. That's right. Now,
Good.
Fabio, I just be making up shit. I don't know why I thought the song name was Water, but the song is gone. Where can I find it? I really did like it.
It won't be available until after episode 8.
After episode 8, okay. Is it gonna be an EP or is it just that single? Because
we're always gonna watch you weird, Fabio, because that's the thing. Like, if you've never met a Virgin Islands person, it's so weird when they do that. They come in, good night, and you be looking like you just got here.
But it's 8:30 in the morning. What do we?
No, they said no. They not like when we say good evening. When we come in the room, they say good night. When they come in the room, like we'll say good night when we're leaving.
Okay, well, I'm ready for it. Remind us after episode 8 so we know to download it. You can say good night to me whenever you want, Fabio.
Here we go.
We're gonna be in Orlando. Actually,
okay, it's called Dreams. We'll be in
Yeah,
Orlando.
we are going to be in
yeah, the
Orlando
three
in
of us actually gonna
January.
be in Orlando in January and in February. Actually, we'll be there back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know if you have any performances. We'll come see
Or
you.
anything. Yeah, we'll be there.
Or
We'll be right there.
see you.
Loretta will
So,
be right there with Melly.
Fabio, I'm glad you're in the chat. You should have just dropped the link for Fabio so he could do this review with us.
Fabio, you want to
But
come up? I can see you the
yeah,
link if you want
Fabio,
to
you
come
can
up.
come up and do the review with us. You ain't got nothing. It'll make it more interesting than what the episode was.
Actually, I
But
think
anyway,
he's on your channel, Abby. I think he's on your channel.
Oh.
no, wait, is he? I see him in your chat, really be.
I see him, but anyway, you know how when you're streaming from both places, okay, I'll drop the link. He said he'll come up.
I am not flirting. Thank you, Ravine. When I flirt, it's serious. If I'm flirting, I'm gonna say, "Well, how big it is? How big is it, Fabio?"
Oh
That's
my
me flirting.
That's not
That's
flirting.
my
That's
flirting.
just rude.
That's my flirting.
That's
I'm
not
going to ask
flirting.
you how big
That's
it is.
rude.
If I'm flirting, at some point, I want to know how big it is. That's going to come out.
Oh,
But
that
anyway,
is
but Fabio,
absolutely
speaking of
beautiful.
flirting,
Love it.
I'm glad you brought that up, really, B. Speaking of flirting, did y'all not notice the Google eyes that Pablo was making with Fabio the entire once he walked in the room? Mama was like this. The whole I was like,
I think that I mean Fabio said that Chef I was gonna say Chef Fabio, Lord. Chef Pablo definitely said he saw a different side. He said he saw a different side.
baby, listen, y'all got something going on, Fabio. The people want to know.
Me and Mrs.
Well, Fabio, Fabio, I'm not gonna tell you nothing while you're here that I wouldn't say off the screen.
He said that's his brother. He said that's Abby. I think he's in your chat. Can you grab the link and drop it in your chat, Abby?
Fabio, let me tell you something. Fabio, I don't like that outfit in the confessional. The little white one with the stones and stuff. I don't like it.
He didn't ask you.
It didn't matter.
He didn't ask.
I'm giving my opinion. We're talking about.
Nobody asked.
Oh, girl. Oh, girl. I don't like it. I don't like it.
My God.
But honestly, I will say this. Now I know
it
that
looks
we
better in person. Okay. You didn't like it on screen either.
either.
Thank you, Fabio. Because y'all be trying to make it look like I'm just all off and wrong.
I mean, because usually
I don't even remember.
I'm not.
Honestly.
I will say this though, and I'm going to say this. This season, I mean, it is what it is as far as the season so far. But I will say that I see a lot of people working. We have Fabio, we have Pablo, Max, we have Ao, Cali Boy.
No, Max has not been working. He's not this season.
No,
last season, yes.
Max has been working hard at reading the dust.
That's it. But he ain't been doing no work. Not this season.
Can you let me finish my thought, Fabio? I'm gonna let you up, boo. Let me finish my thought. What I'm saying is because the next scene is them at the makeup expo thingy bob, and I'm saying that kind of thing.
But he did start off said that he had been like not working in that, on his separate business.
Fabio,
I haven't seen this in a
What's
long
up,
time.
What's going on? What's good?
Hey, Fabio.
Hello.
Thanks for coming out.
Of course,
Fabio, we're going to apologize up front because and I'm gonna put this out there. The fact that you have come up here now, members from the show are going to overanalyze anything you say up here while you're on here with us. So I apologize if anything I say, Ebby says, or really B says that gets you in trouble with these people because they say a lot of things, and I'm the nice one that says nothing.
Oh, he's lying to you. Okay.
I am not.
I'm not
liar.
He's a liar.
He's a liar. Don't listen.
Anyway, so Fabio, thank you for coming up. Since we have you here, we can just go on and just. So, how do you think so far so good? How you think the first 5 was it? What are we on episode 5? Episode 4?
We're on episode 4.
Episode 4.
I know you can't speak about future things, but so far, how you feeling about up until now?
I mean, I do see where a lot of the what the concerns are. Like, I can't sit here and pretend like if I have to remove myself from the situation and look at it with just reviewer eyes, I would definitely cringe at certain parts as well, right? I feel as though the process, when first, coming onto the show, I feel like a lot of context. I feel like there's a lot of situations that would have relayed better with the viewers had more context been showed. And that's just me being
Mm.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a perfect example is the pool party, right? So you're looking at the first episode, right? And you see this guy walks in, he bombards the set, and everyone is yelling. And then you see me sitting on the couch, right? And then the scene skips and you see me standing up talking to B Baby. But what a lot of people don't understand and what wasn't shown was that how we got from point A to fucking F was because the guy, when he was on Rashida, when him and Rashida was in each other's face and they was going back and forth, I remember it just was getting so loud. I was telling everybody to calm down, and I told the guy to calm down, like, hey, just relax. And then he said something to me, two things to me that was kind of just, a little bit out the way. So I can't, I was asking him, I was like, bro, who you talking to? Like, who you talking to? And then from there, it escalated. I stood up. When I stood up, then you see production got in between me. You see Marlo come over. If you look at it, you're going to see Marlo is grabbing my hand. You see B Baby is right in front of me. And I'm telling B Baby, he does not need to speak to me like that. Your friend does not need to talk to me like that. I didn't do anything to him. You need to get your friend. That's what you see me. And if you look at it, you're gonna see me talking to B Baby. Just I'm pointing like he doesn't need to talk to me like that. And then you
What did
see
he say to
Ayo.
you?
Um, when I was saying basically calm down, his response was like, you don't, it was something like, who the fuck you talking to? Like, I'm like, yeah, watch yourself. You don't need to talk to me. And he did some kind of sachet type of pointing. It was just very like sassy and aggressive. And I was like, you can't be talking to me like that because I'm the only person that haven't spoken throughout this whole thing. You hear everybody talking, I'm just quiet, fixing my jewelry. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about. I'm just happy. I'm just excited to be there. I didn't want to have to kind of get like that. But it was like that's what he kind of said to me. And then after he said what he said, I guess he felt like he cleared it. Like he got very dismissive. So then that's when I kind of stood up like you first of all, you're not gonna talk to me kind of crazy, and then secondly, like when I'm asking you to clarify, you're not gonna make it seem as if you just cleared something because no, I'm about to beat everybody in this bitch up. Like I was already at that point, I was already like irritated, So that's kind of how I kind of got there. But
How
I
did you get
say
to the
all of
point
that
where
to
you
say
knocked him
that
out?
context. Okay, because right after that argument inside of the room, and then they diffuse in the situation, and then from there it shows them putting me out the side door, and then him going out to the front. From that side door, there's probably a next 20 to 30 minute gap in between all of that was happening at that pool before he got outside. So what a lot of people didn't realize is that around by the pool, we kind of got into it again. But this time it was just kind of just loud, and it was just very loud. We got into it again, and then at that point, it then traveled to outside of the gate. So a lot of that kind of was missing, because I'm not someone that's going to just like yeah, I'm going pop off, but it takes me a while to kind of just get like that, and just because of the constant talking, the constant talking, it just kind of had me like, okay, you know what? No shade, I gonna gotta show you. Like I
Did he
gonna have
say
to show
something to
you.
you that triggered you? Did he say something to
It
you that
wasn't more.
triggered you when he was outside of the gate?
It wasn't more so. If I'm gonna be real, it wasn't more so anything that like kind of triggered me. I kind of let me. I'm gonna be very careful with my words, but it wasn't anything that triggered me. But what it was that you slide inside the room, you slide outside by the pool, and if it wasn't right here and then, it was gonna be later. But either way you put it, bitch, I was gonna get you. Like, watch your fucking mouth when you talking to me, and that's all I have to say. And I don't even need to like go into any more details. It was just very much like you trying to bitch me in front of all these folks because I guess you're known for being loud, you're known for being rambunctious, you're known for being this kind of person. You're liked by the people like Kali. All of these things, right? I get it, right? But
Mm.
you're not gonna do all of these things with me. I'm not from a completely different place. I understand y'all like to put on for the masses and y'all like to feel fab, but don't complain with me like that. I'm a grown
Did you
ass
swing
man.
first or he swung
El
first?
Teddy, El Teddy,
Okay,
El
shut
Teddy.
up.
I have questions.
He done
I
told
wasn't
us.
gonna answer the question.
Right. He done
I
told
feel
us.
like there wasn't a swing. I feel like he was still running off at the mouth and bow bow, and then he would sleep on the lawn. How long was he sleep for? How long did he stay there?
Uh, it was
So I can't ask a question, but Abby can
Shut
ask
up.
a
But
Let
question.
you
the
didn't
man
ask
answer.
10. You
you
asked
asked a few
10 questions.
questions. It was I think if I go back because there's also another clip on YouTube as well. But anyway, I
I
think
haven't
that's
seen that one.
probably about like
Can you
five
share that one?
minutes.
Oh, maybe
Probably
somebody
wasn't
who was
going for like
there,
five
huh?
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's on somebody's YouTube channel. It's like a 30-minute video of the altercation.
Oh, I ain't seen none of that. You need to
oh,
share that with. You think to share that with us, Abby?
I mean, what is there to share? He knocked that nigga out. I
We
like,
wanted to see the knockout.
like, would you? Okay. Like, once
so
that nigga was on the floor asleep, what else is there to?
right. I mean,
So just context, right? And then even with like that's episode one. And then so that was already like a drag because it's like this is how we're starting. And then episode two, where it's like we're recapping the situation. So right now we're not the purpose of what we're doing, like what we're chasing and everything is not being shown because we now have to recap what happened in the first episode.
right,
You know,
right.
episode three, no, this is where we need to start getting things back into shape. Now I understand that it's gonna be a little boring, but now is when what we should have done in the first episode we wasn't able to do, but now is when we're kind of getting into the things we're supposed to be getting into, like the networking event. You hear people talking about the things that they do, a lot more things that probably could have been shown, probably wasn't. I mean, just for editing purposes.
I thought that was a nice
uh,
event though. That networking event I thought was a really
it
good
was a
event.
nice event, and I actually thought that was a very good episode because that's what I want to see. I want
I
to see more of
agree.
like what we're actually getting into,
Yeah,
so it
Yeah,
was
it was a good
I
episode.
really liked that episode. Yeah. And then
really be. Did you watch the whole episode?
Yes, I
and
did.
then and then episode four, you get to see me being in my element working on what I have been working on
Mhm.
all this time. So what I will say on a grand scope, I said yes, I could see where there's some issues as far as like editing and a lot of missing context that could provide a lot more clarity versus leaving it open to interpretation. I feel like if we could do a better job at that, then it would probably give the viewers a more of an understanding of what they're
Right.
actually watching versus just clips being combined, right?
I
So
agree.
that's where I definitely agree. But overall, I do think moving forward now, I think it's going to be it's going to be good because
Because we
we're
get
just
past
getting
the
into the
drama
thing of
now.
it, right?
Yeah.
What I will say though is that um I would give this away. But when it comes to a lot more of the group things, for right now, I am probably going to be missing from that. Like as you guys saw, like with the Gemini birthday bash, and then when they had the whole sit down after the event, you notice I was in there. But
I
that was
noticed.
just because I didn't, especially with everything that happened after the pool party. Like I don't put myself in certain places and situations because I don't like personally to be a part of certain things, especially like things like that nature. That's not really who I am. I don't like my peace interrupted in that kind of way because when I respond in my true nature as a Caribbean man, then it could come across as too much. So I try not to like. I try to protect myself in a way by not putting myself in certain situations. So you're gonna see me intentionally be away, but you're also gonna see me working on the things that I want to work on. So you're gonna see me
Right.
getting back into the wrestling ring. You're gonna see me at my first photo shoot for my EP. You're gonna see a lot of good things that come out of this catering towards what we're actually supposed to be chasing. And one thing I want you guys to remember, and what you guys will remember, is that throughout this whole process you're going to see me working on what I'm supposed to be working on while all still letting people into my actual life. So
Uh,
I hope that resonates well.
it does. And I have a question, Fabio.
Can
I
I ask a
noticed
Sure.
that you
question?
said that you were
I
not
haven't asked
there.
one. Can I ask a question? I
Great.
wasn't. I haven't asked
Oh,
one.
well, go ahead.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Now, last week's episode, you sort of got into your coming out story. We saw you talking to your best friend, and you
Right.
kind of got a little bit into that. Was that something that was that something that's like more recent? Is that something you're still dealing with? I mean, I know you said you're confident in who you are now, but
Yes.
is that I'm sure that conversation maybe went a little bit deeper as
Yes.
far as your because I mean again that's part of this whole chasing as well. So is that something that was hard for you being from the Caribbean and your family and everything? Was that something hard?
Absolutely, it definitely was, and what a lot of people also don't know is and realize is that me think using this platform was actually for that because that was almost like a coming out for me because although
Hmm.
I was very not although I'm comfortable now and I was able to basically like figure out not figure out but like love who I am. I using this platform really was like, hey, you know what, we're from a place where when we're like this we get you get stoned, you get, you know what I'm saying, you
Yeah,
get, there's a lot of
yeah,
different things
it's
that can
real.
come out of this
Yeah.
stuff. It's not an easy thing to do, especially from when you're from the Caribbean, because you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be, you're supposed to basically be this thing, like you have a code of conduct to follow every time that
Hmm.
you're from like an island, right? So I wanted to use the platform to spread to like other Caribbean islands. Like, listen, like we could remain who we are. We could remain very confident in like our masculinity and everything like that. But we can still live our life and love who we want to love. And that was important for me when I got on the show. So using the show was almost like a coming out because there's a lot of people, especially paternally, that doesn't know my sexuality. A lot of people don't. Only my immediate family, mom, siblings, best friends. Although I've been in relationships, a lot of people still don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I
Okay.
wanted to use the platform to spread light on that as well because now I have found this new form, confidence and just and self-acceptance. Now I just want to be able to show everybody like no matter what, it's okay. And this is what you can look like, you know. So it
How
was
long have
hard
you
for
been
me.
out to your family?
When I first had the conversation with my family, I want to believe it was
Uh oh.
2000
Your phone breaking up
when
a
I
little bit.
had the conversation.
Fabio, your phone broke
Can
up a
you hear
little
me?
bit.
No?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you better now. Yeah, it sounded like you
Okay.
broke up a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I want to say it was like about 2019 when I first had that conversation with my family. I kind of opened up more about who I am. That conversation that I had with Marquise, I had moved to the States in 2014, and he was one of my first friends that I met here, and he just helped me just love who I was and basically helped me with my confidence in this new life, right? So that's kind
Okay.
of the integral position and part that he played when it comes to just loving who I am and being able to accept myself and live my days truly.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead. I'll tell you what you gonna ask.
I was going to ask, you talked about being away from the group because you wanted to protect your peace. Is there
Correct.
any, are there any specific people in the group that you're trying to protect your peace from? For example, I remember at the pool party, we saw on the episode you and Cali Boy kind of got into it because he was
Mhm.
trying to hold you back, and y'all kind of had a little face off, like, little, hey, bro, you know, it was kind of a whole thing. Are there specific individuals in the group that you want to keep your peace, you know, with, or
Mm,
is it their friends, friends of people in the group?
more so it's just like when the situation with Kali happened, he actually pushed me. And when he
Hmm.
pushed me just based off of natural reaction, I kind of had to swat him off to the side, and I turned to him and I was like, "Hey, watch out!" You know. And he pushed me again, and then that's when I kind of pushed. I kind of grabbed his hands a little bit to say,
Wait, did
"Watch
you say
out," you
swatted
know.
him
But I
And
off?
never
swat him
really,
to the side.
You said swatted him to the
yeah,
side
I
like
swat
this.
him to the side. Yeah, I was like, you know, like, hey, watch it. You know, I ain't really trying to, you know, just watch out. You know, so it's not really not anyone in the group for the most part. Everyone, me and everyone in the group got along pretty well. It's just more so being in a position to or having to, not even having to interject because I can sit down in a group and just not say anything. But then what's the point of being there if I'm not even engaging, right? But I
Right.
know that I'm not going to interject in any of the dramas that's surrounding the people in the group. I know I'm not going to be a part of that. So why do you know? I personally didn't felt like I needed to be there. I didn't have nothing to discuss. There wasn't any dramas that was going on amongst the group that I felt like I needed to have an input on because then it turns into Fabio said this. It's just I don't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? I like a peaceful type of life, and
Yeah.
you know when and I just it's just not for me. So the places that I needed to be that was like you know more so mandatory and that was a positive influence. You definitely see me there and you definitely see me support. But if I know it was gonna be some bullshit and I already know motherfuckers gonna be arguing about nothing, why do I need to do that? I don't need to. You know what I'm
I
saying?
Mm.
understand. I respect that. I definitely respect that. I definitely
Fabio, you
respect
used to
that.
be a rap. I mean, not rapper. I almost said rapper, wrestler.
Yeah, he
And
said he
I
was
don't.
Yes.
gonna get back in the wrestling ring.
Right, but my question is, I don't think people, you know, seeing you on screen is different from seeing you in person. What's the weight height so people know it's real in these streets? I will knock you out. It's not for real. Are you like, what do you, 6'3",
We already
6'4",
know you're
215, 220? Well, we already know he'll knock you out.
So
What's the
I'm
dimensions for the people out there?
So I'm 6'1". I People would say I'm 6'2", but I'm 6'1". I'm 220. I can bench press about 275.
Mm.
Okay. I need you to add
Look at
20
Really B.
more pounds,
She's
please.
hottie in her body for that.
So here's my question.
Listen.
Fabio, back home, are there any older brothers, uncles, granddaddies
Mm-hmm.
that like their girls BBW and a little
Mm-hmm.
seasoned?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I say for the most part. I mean, I feel like all
Island
of
people
them,
like a BBW.
especially
They do.
especially my dad too. Like, you know what I'm saying, and like you guys are gorgeous, so it's like obviously, he gonna
Thank
definitely they gonna
you.
definitely get all up on that. They're not even gonna wait.
And LTD, stop telling me I listen.
I listen
It's
because
like
I know.
walking. It's like walking into Louis Vuitton. I know I ain't buying nothing, but I can look shit.
Speaking of which, and this is not for me because people go say I'm asking for myself, but I'm
Here
not.
you are.
Are
Here
you
you
single?
He's asking for
This is for the. I'm not asking for
Uh,
myself because if I was asking for myself, I would want to know how big it is, and I don't want to know how big it is.
you're asking if I'm single?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yes.
No, I'm actually in a relationship. My partner is actually in the other room.
Hey,
Oh,
partner.
we're happy to hear that.
Partner.
We're happy to hear that. Like
Hey,
really,
partner.
real talk.
Child.
But
Do you
so
feel any distance from the cast because you stay across the I-4 corridor in Tampa as opposed to in Orlando? Do you feel like there's any distance being, I mean, even though that's like 45 minutes to an hour away, but
So no, not really. Whenever they need me, or if there is, once my schedule is good, I'm there always showing support. So there have been times I've been there. They probably was filming, but I just probably wasn't in the scene because I didn't thought it was necessary. But I'm always there, especially if they reach out to me like personally and it's like, hey, I make it my business to be there. I share locations with a few of them, so um,
okay.
yeah.
So I'm actually one last question. Then we're gonna let you. I mean, unless you have something else you want to add, I don't want to hold up all your time. You said you're getting back into wrestling. What does that process look like? Like, is your ultimate goal to get to the WWE? Like, what is your goal with your wrestling career?
You know what? That is a beautiful question. So the thing with that question is that I used to wrestle for. Uh, I started wrestling. I started my wrestling journey back in 2018, and then I debuted. Shortly after I debuted, I was getting scouted. I was getting looked at by a lot of major platforms and networks, right? And then I
Mm-hmm.
got into a car accident. So once I got into the car accident, that actually stopped all my wrestling dreams. I had about 3 operations on my neck. Um,
mm.
Ooh.
so yeah, so that I was told I can never do that again because if I fall wrong, I can be paralyzed. So I went through a whole thing with that. So I never got back into the wrestling ring until I actually filmed. So it's been 4 years. And I'm not gonna lie, when y'all see me get up in there, I'm probably gonna be a little rusty, but I got some go in me. You feel me? I can
Did you
go.
win?
You know? It wasn't like a match. It
Okay.
was more
So
so
here's
like you gonna see it. It wasn't like an official match. It was like,
Okay.
you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me dust off these boots. Let me see what I got. You know what I'm saying? And me and my boys, like, we roll around and we like, yeah. So it was good. It was good, and it was a lot more than what I thought I could do. I didn't even know I was like. I mean, I know I'm strong, but not for real. So, I don't know if debuting on the official wrestling scene is in the cards. What I do know is that I'm actually still good, and if I could just do it safely, I feel like I have a next go in me. So who knows if I am back, and if I'm back in the next go wrong, I just might, once my project is released, I might chase that. You never know how things go. You know, I just gotta
Okay.
be
Now,
careful because I don't want to be
now,
paralyzed for the rest of my life. But
now,
Right.
Fabio, I'm gonna ask this
okay.
to
Because
you,
the mama
Fabio.
in me was like, why would you?
Right.
Why
We
would
want
you
you to
get
be
back in the
safe,
ring?
honey.
Fabio, I'm gonna ask this to you because I'm
no, I'm
real
sorry.
and I ain't fake. Okay.
Oh
Mhm.
shit.
last episode, I meant with last review, I mentioned the fact, why would you wear this all mint green stuff to this people all white party? And the people told you to come there in the all white, and you came there in all of the green and stuff. And green is my favorite color. Let's be clear, I love green. But the people told you to wear all white. You came there in mint green or whatever green that what? Why would you come to these people's stuff and all of that?
So I'll tell you what happened. So I actually had
Mm-hmm.
a completely different outfit. I had a different white jacket and everything, and everything was kind of different. Even the shoes was different. But it was I had messed it up. I had messed it up. I had well, and
Mm.
actually I didn't mess it up. I messed it up. It was good. It was decent, but then I got a little bit too paranoid with it, and then I ended up fucking it up even more. So at last minute, I had to improvise. I couldn't miss that event because that was a mandatory event to go to, but I couldn't miss it, and I didn't want to be the only one that was just not gonna be there. So I just had to kind of improvise. I had this other suit, this jacket, and a hat that I've never worn before. I was supposed to wear it to this kind of this gala thing that I was supposed to go to. But that ended up getting canceled. So I was like, I have to improvise in some kind of way. I did not want to wear just a white top by itself. It was a sleeveless top, and I felt like it was just a little bit too big. It wasn't fitting me like how I wanted it to. So I kind of had to improvise, and even though it was a little bit off the team, I prefer to be off the team than to not go because I know for a fact if I was gonna go with just what I had, I wasn't gonna go to the event at all. I'm a
Yeah.
little, I'm like that, so I just wouldn't have gone. But I was like, you know what, let me just go. And to be quite frank, even though it wasn't on theme, I felt like I looked the fuck good. Um,
That's right. That looked the
also,
fuck
also
good.
to comment on the, also to comment
And no, it
on
looked
the my
good,
green.
but you wanted white.
Right, but the green screen, because I heard your comment and I responded in the comments. I didn't like how that looked on screen as well. That was a custom made, and I didn't like how the all white looked on screen. It just looked better in person. It looked better from my phone, and it looked better in my lighting,
Oh, you
than
talking
it looked
about
on the
your confessional look?
confessional. Yeah, if you go on my
Oh,
page,
okay.
I posted like a different video of it on my Instagram page, so you're gonna see like how it actually looked, and I can even post a picture again. It just looked a lot better like from my camera than how it looked on screen. I just felt like it just wasn't as pretty as how it looked on my end. But then again, I mean, hey, um, one of that's just that one that just didn't look good, but everything else should be fine.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Abby, any more questions?
Wait, Mims had a question.
That's what I'm asking him. Mims, what was your question? Was it,
Said,
is it a serious question or
he
are you
said, how
trolling?
was everybody so upset with that boy who got knocked out at the party? But the person who really started the weirdness was the trans girl
We brought that
uh,
up.
in
We
the
don't,
green
So
bikini.
We
okay,
do
already
we know
talked
so
that
about
that's a trans woman though? Because it may just be a tall, big woman and not a trans woman.
it was a trans woman.
Oh,
So
well, then there's that.
I really wasn't. I was allowing production to try and handle the situation as best as they could, right? When all of that was going on, I didn't have much to say. If you look at the screen, I was just like minding my business. I was looking down, I was looking to the right, I was like twiddling my hands. I just wasn't really trying to pay attention to everything that was going on there. So I wasn't really mad at her. And I wasn't really mad at him until it started to get out of hand. And then I tried to say, okay, well, hey, y'all, okay, like, y'all, let's just bring it down. Like, it's a bit much now. And then he kind of said me, boy, shut the fuck up. And,
Wait, he
father was
said,
like,
"Shut the fuck up."
yeah, like it was,
That's the
man,
friend who said that.
that's what the guy said to me. So I was like, bro, who the fuck you talking? But shut the fuck. So that's how we kind of got to where it got to. But nonetheless, I was not upset with anyone. I was just more so disappointed because it was just a little bit too much for my liking. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't give all this loud.
Wait a minute,
I would
Fabio,
like
wait a
to know
minute.
that I
Because
agree
on
with
the
your
episode
action.
when they showed you, you were celebrating the fact that you knocked him out. Let's be clear. You were in full celebration mode of knock, and I was with you,
But
but you
but
were
hold
in
up,
full
wait.
celebration mode.
But we got to talk about this in sequence because the question is why was everyone upset in that room with the guy and not the girl? So I'm speaking about in the moment with the guy and the girl, like in that
Mm,
moment in that room, because right in that moment I'm still sitting with my head down, twiddling my thumbs. You see what I'm saying?
mm.
But from then, let's say that's 6 o'clock. But by the time 6:15 come, I'm like, okay, can y'all calm down? And then 6:20. okay, bitch, you got me fucked up. And then 6:30 is like, oh, you still talking? No, we at
Please,
6:45
Come on,
please,
p.m.
Sandra.
and you at the pool, you still pointing.
please.
No, at 6:50? Oh yeah, you gotta run me that at this point because I've been there
Baby, we got a whole
impatient the whole
timeline.
time.
Please,
So
Right.
that's like
He said
kind
you
of like
gotta run
how
me
it
that.
happened.
He
Yeah,
said
that is literally like how it happened. So and even after when Kali was, I'm not even gonna go into that because
Why
anyway,
not?
I'm not
Why
gonna
you
go
not
into
gonna
that.
go into it?
I would just
I'm
like to
just
say
saying,
I
like
agree with you.
a lot was in that moment. Like everything is okay now, like everything is cool now. But in that moment, a lot was being said. Like if you were to see that clip on YouTube, a lot was being said. People was talking about, oh, I want y'all to knock me out. So, for a second, I almost felt like I had to give a bitch what it was asking for. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
tell that to Abby. Do not tell that to Abby because that's all she need to hear. Because she is nuck if you buck every time. She
Yeah,
is our
Every
official
single
nuck if
time.
you buck.
Please.
yeah.
Even
But
though I wanted her to nuck if you buck when that man sat on my lap in that restaurant, and you were supposed to nuck if you buck at that time, and I
that
didn't
was
want
your
that
boo.
man in my lap. Talk about he wanted me.
That was your boo.
That was between you and that man. That ain't had
I
nothing to
don't
do
like that man. I didn't want him in my lap.
Well,
man.
although Fabio, if you haven't figured out yet, I am the nicest one out of the three.
No, it's
But
me. I've asked you very nice questions, sir.
no, I mean I'm sorry, I'm just saying as far as the nuck if you buck, if you will.
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah. She would be the nicest one. She's gonna call the police while me and Abby are nucking and bucking. She's gonna be calling the
She's gonna
police.
be like
Let
this,
me ask you.
officer.
Let me ask
you know
you
what?
this,
We always gotta have that.
Fabio.
We need that
Fabio,
responsibility on one of the friends in the group.
That's right. And that's
right? Fabio,
She
let me
got the
ask you
bail
this.
money because we
True.
gonna need it.
yeah.
Now it's still early. It's still
Mhm.
early, and anything you want to clear up now before we get later in the season? Anything you want to say? This ain't the way it looks now. I know you told us that about the pool party, but it might be other things that come up, and we're gonna call it as we see. It's on my platform the next time, and when it's on my platform, it's all no
And we
holds
have to
barred.
rein him in.
Okay, so well, not there isn't anything that I necessarily wanna like. I know you mentioned something about Pablo, but that's my bro. That's the bro. That ain't anything
Hey,
like
did
like.
you not see this episode with him looking at you?
It was just in awe of the moment, like because like a lot of people, especially artists, are very sacred with their spaces. They don't
Yeah.
really like to share that with everyone, especially because one reaction in your studio room, it can change the whole dynamic or of where you're heading. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's like, damn, he don't like this. I need to scrap everything. I need to start over. So,
Right.
I think he felt like
And
I
both
appreciated him coming, and I think he just was really in the moment. So, but that's
right.
my
And
bro,
both of
Okay.
man.
them are in relationships, so we ain't trying to start no shit.
Right.
But no, there isn't anything that I necessarily would need to clear up in advance. There would be some things that you guys might want my input on or want for me to clear up. And at that point, I mean, I've been tuning in, which in your reviews, this is the first time I catch it live. But
Thank you.
I'll be more than happy to get up and spread any type of clarification if need be. But for the
Well, the
most part,
platform is
you're
always
gonna
open. If you
yeah, for the
want
most part,
to share it.
you're gonna be able to understand. What I will say though is that I want you guys to I know like a lot of people have have their mind made up about the T girls, but don't like just feel them out just
Give
a little
them
bit
some time.
longer. There's some more good things to come. Just
Mm,
please, please.
mm.
We
And
don't
I want to say this personally, like Marlo, Marlo is
a lot.
wait, no, but okay, what I will say is that Marlo is a sweetheart. Also, right, is that Marlo is not putting on. What you see on the screens, like I'm talking about the theatrics or the dramatics or just that's I can appreciate the fact that it's not fake. I can appreciate that it wasn't cocky like me coming in there trying to create a moment. That's how Marlo lives her life, like very theatrical, very it does not saying
So
that
that
it's
that's
right
who she
or
is in
not that it's
real life.
justifiable. I just appreciate that it's not fake. You know what I'm saying? And it's not putting on for the cameras. I can appreciate that over somebody else who is acting because they see the lights.
Right. I understand.
So
Yeah.
and what I will say is that they're gonna show more of Marlo's chase, right? But when I say Marlo really be looking out for the LGBT community. I mean, she's the go-to person for like for a lot of different things. Like if they need housing, if they need medication, if they need Marlo is
Well,
really
why
that
don't
girl in
we
that
see
kind of
more
way.
of that?
I think you're going. I think it's right now. They're just it's wrapped up in like the dramas that's kind of happening. But I think you're gonna see a lot more of that. But I'm just saying this personally.
I'm
Like that's the role that she plays really in the community, especially when it comes to the LGBT community. That really is her role. She really is like. I'm talking about homeless people who are gay, who are on the street. She really gets them in housing. She really gives them these programs. That's Marlo. Really is a
Fabio. I'm
very
glad
integral
you
part of the
said that.
community.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
glad you
glad you said that
because
because had you
that's what
never said that,
we need to
a
see
lot
that.
of people were
You
turned
know,
off to
especially
her and may never turn back on and watch
Yeah,
the platform to get to that point.
yeah.
So my thing is, if she's turned people off from the beginning and people are like, I ain't turning this on,
Yeah.
how people may never get to the point where they do get to see that
Yeah,
part of her
yeah, yeah.
because
I
she's
could
turned them
understand.
off.
I could understand that. Yeah.
Chuck.
But that was all. I just wanted to spread a little light, show y'all a little love. I appreciate y'all bringing me up
Thank you.
here, and I'm just
Thank
gonna
you.
continue
Thank
to
you for
We
coming
stay
up.
tuned
appreciate
and
you.
Thank
listen
you.
to y'all honest reviews.
I
Much love.
appreciate that.
No
And again, the
problem.
platform is here. So whenever you want to come up and clear something up, just ask for the link, honey. Come on up.
Will
Yeah,
do.
we'll be on
Will
my
do.
channel next time. You might not want to come up there. It'll be
I'm gonna come
there'll
up
be
there. I
saying a
ain't
whole
scared.
lot.
I'm gonna come up.
He said he ain't scared. He ain't
All
scared.
right,
He
y'all.
said he
Much
ain't never
love.
scared.
All right.
All right, darling.
Thank
Thank
you.
All right,
you.
appreciate it.
Cool.
Okay. So we have to finish up this review because
Mhm.
I have a lot happening at 8:00. So
Oh,
That's 2 hours from now, ma'am.
that's
I need
2
to take a
hours.
nap.
Oh,
You
I've been
know
up
what?
since 6:00. I think that hour fucked me up. I've been up since 6:00.
That hour did mess me up too. I
I've
was
been
up
up since 6
early.
o'clock.
I was up
Right.
early, and I
I
was
need
like,
to take a
"Wait, what
nap.
time is it?" And I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. So with that being said, though, so I think the next scene after the studio scene, I believe the next scene was when they went to the beauty con situation, Max and Ayo. What I was saying, El Teddy, was when I say we're seeing people with their check. Oh, ooh, Fabio, let him go. When I was saying we were seeing people with their chase, my point was we see what these people are doing.
Mhm.
We know
Mhm.
they have a chase. That's what I meant with Max.
Yeah, no. I got you. I
I know
got
we
you.
haven't like physically seen him doing a chase this season, but what I'm saying is better than. So I guess what I'm saying, it's not like other seasons and other casts where they're doing something and they're never doing anything.
Hey, and Dario, and I only mentioned that because
Dario,
I only mentioned that because Max literally said, "Oh, I ain't been doing shit for like for a while," and it might be because his father passed. It legitimately could be because
of his dad.
his father passed, and that might be. But I'm gonna say this to you, Max. Come here, Max. Come here. Bring your ass here, Max. You are around here selling yourself as an esthetician, right?
Oh shit.
God of mercy, God of love.
we seen
And
his
every time you're on this fucking confessional, Max, you look like you took a vat of Crisco oil, dump your fist or hand into this Crisco oil, smeared it all over your face, and then came on the fucking confessional. That does not give me that you're a certified or qualified esthetician. I don't want to go to the fucking esthetician that looks the fuck like you do when you're on these fucking confessionals with all of this grease and shit on your fucking face and on your fucking lips. Get that shit together. That's why nobody wants to buy anything from you. I'm sorry, and I'm done.
See, that's why we get cussed out. That's why we get cussed out. That's why we get cussed out. That right there.
Damn.
That's
We
it.
were so close.
That's why we get cussed out.
Everybody was thinking it. Every the
No,
fuck body. That's
everybody
why y'all
knows.
turned around. But when I said confessional, y'all knew that's what I was thinking. Because you look
I
a fucking
wasn't
mess
thinking it
on every
at
fucking
all.
confessional.
I wasn't thinking it at all.
Wasn't.
At all. Right. The chat is saying neither were they. You are the only one. You're the only one.
Now, no, because my point is when we see him in scenes, he doesn't look that way. He looks normal. His skin looks nice. on, the regular scenes. But in confessionals, baby, take the Crisco off. Whatever you got on your lips, take that. It don't look good.
Moving right along. I thought it was
Kim Love said he looked like he was giving glass skin. No, it wasn't glass skin. It looked greasy.
I thought it was really nice that they went to the beauty con to try to expand their business. Again, it's about chasing, and we see them chasing. Thank you. Moving right along. Marlo went down to the DMV to get the F put on her license plate. Knowing good damn well she couldn't do it. I don't understand why we even, ma'am.
Look at the private chat. Look at the private chat.
That's not going.
Mims, I think, wants to come up because he's in the private
Mims,
chat.
you're not coming up. We're in the middle because you're not going to derail this review. We already got El Teddy up here. I just told y'all I got to get off of here. Now,
okay.
All you want to do is come up here and be shady.
No.
That's
not me, Mims. I love you, Mims. I feel like, hey, Scooter Boo.
Hey, Scooter Boo. Look at my Scooter Buddha.
It's my mama's early birthday. Tomorrow it's a real birthday.
It's a real birthday.
It's a real birthday tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
What are you gonna give for your grandma? What are you gonna give grandma tomorrow?
They already gave me.
Oh.
I got the Hufflepuff candle.
He said, "I promise that you a promise lie. You are a promise lie."
So, El Teddy, is it Crystal or is it Parade Crystal?
I love you.
Is it the great?
See what I'm saying? You see now. You see, this is what I'm talking about.
Because it ain't just me. I know I'm not the only one.
No, I don't think his skin. I don't think his skin looks bad or anything like that. I don't even think it looks greasy. I think he puts all that stuff on his lips because he just got his lips done.
No, but look, even like his cheeks and stuff, it'd be like glistening on the goddamn confessional. No, because when he's on a regular scene, his skin looks great.
That feels like there's an issue.
No, his skin looks really great on the regular screen. But then when he get on these confessionals, I be like, girl, you look like you have a mask of something that I'm not going to mention on Really B's platform sitting on your face.
A lot of estheticians go for like something called glass skin.
It ain't working for him.
Where it looks like you're like my.
I tried to help. Go ahead and curse him out.
No, ma'am, you know it ain't working for him. We already don't see it for him. And then you over here with this face.
No. We keep telling you you're the only one that sees it. Everybody has said it. So can we move on?
My facialist has glass skin. It's a look
with glass skin, and it looks good. His doesn't. Moving on.
Thank you. Can we move on? Moving right on. Jesus Christ. So the next scene is Marlo knowing good and damn well she couldn't get no F put on her passport, driver's license. I don't understand at all why you even went down there. Because, ma'am, you knew that wasn't going to happen. Go ahead, El Teddy. Go ahead.
Several questions. It has not been legal to change your gender in Florida. I want to say since like January of 2024. Like, it was a whole big thing when Governor Death Sentence said that you could no longer do that. Like, I know at the very latest, and I haven't checked, but I think it was around January of 2024, they stopped allowing you to change your gender on your ID in Florida. My thing is, and not just Florida, any state, when you go to the driver's license place, you have to go with official documents, birth certificates, or, different things that are going to show that. So unless you came there with the necessary legal birth certificate, passport, paperwork, whatever it was, how did you think this was going to go? Like I was
January of 2024.
It was that's what I thought. And then now if I'm not mistaken, I remember her saying that Rashida had been through the same thing. She said, I'm glad I came here with someone who's been through this process before and, that can come and support me. And so the only person she came there with was Rashida.
Rashida Frost?
Well, maybe
My
Rashida was able to get her gender marker change.
that which is my point. Which is why that leads me to more confusion about Rashida, Reggie, and all of this, that, and the third, because you went as far as to get, if you actually, Rashida, went as far as to get your legal ID change to female, why in everything that is holy is you? And now I can't tell you, you can't detransition, baby, do what you do, but everybody is confused because you going in and out, in and out, in and out, and I'm so confusion.
She did mention on one of the episodes that she was instrumental in a lot of people getting theirs changed, and she regrets that she didn't do it for herself.
Right. Yeah. So there's that. Then we have this confusion as seen with Ayo and his ex. First of all, you cannot start off a sentence and saying, me and him used to date, but I never took him out on a date. Then y'all was fucking.
We know what now. This is gonna come out harsh, Ayo. Ayo, you told us that you dated this young man right out of high school. This seems like a Grayling Purnell situation that you had going on, because even the guy can trade. I'll tell y'all backstage. Even the guy who you was on stage with, on the scene with, said that you had another situation going on. So literally you were dating someone, probably dating someone, because he said, I didn't want to be number two. He said that.
Right.
You had a whole situation. So you were over here, had a whole situation. I don't know if it was boyfriend. I don't know if it was a fuck thing, but you had something going on. And you went after this person that was in the high school. And y'all, you know how these young people are. You give them some good dick and they
Out
get
of high
attached.
school. Out of high school. Be clear.
He was
just out of high school,
Yeah.
which leads me to be 18 or 19-year-old. You gave them some good meat or, or some good booty or whatever you giving up and on that day. And they get hooked and they think y'all in a relationship and you in a whole different situation. This seems like a Grayling Purnell grooming situation, if you ask me. And y'all just tried to gloss over it like it was just something real innocent, and it don't seem that way. I'm just saying. I have more context, but I'll tell y'all backstage really be in Ebby.
Y'all seem so stressed up here doing this review with ELTEDDY.
Like I'm horrible. Don't do that. I'm not a horrible person.
Y'all seem so stressed. Y'all will be able to go to the reunion. I promise. I'm gonna write a letter for y'all to make sure that ELTEDDY don't get you kicked off the reunion.
I never get them kicked off. They get to go to all reunions. I'm the one who gets invited to no reunions. Okay, really being there gets
maybe that's why. Maybe the last 20 minutes is the reason why.
Why? Because I'm telling the truth, and the truth hurts sometimes. Not did he graduate or leave high school. You know what?
Do we know how old what's his name? Ayo is?
Ayo's not that old. That's why I don't think it's a grooming thing. He's not that old.
This was 8 years ago, right?
I will talk about it more behind scenes. I don't want to. I know too much.
Moving right along. Are we almost done?
No. I mean, we done with this scene.
Okay. Max is meeting up with his sister.
No, that was Mark.
Max.
No, it's not Mark or Max. They're not the same people.
Oh, it's two different people?
Yes. Mark had a whole. I don't even think we did the scene. I think you skipped over the scene where Mark had a whole performance where he did "I'm Out of Miami" and Ayo was helping him do his.
That's the same person.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one who met up with his sister, but I think that was after the performance. You never even talked about
the performance. Oh, the performance is at the end of the episode, because afterwards is when they have the argument. Is after his performance when they're outside talking. He's meeting up with his sister. Again, he's talking about the performance and he's letting us know that he's HIV positive and that he was sick, but he's undetectable now. Now, the thing that stood out to me in this conversation was when he said, I know that my family doesn't always say the most politically correct things, but I know they love me, which leads me to believe that his family be saying some crazy shit to him. That's what I got from that. Abby, you have anything before El Teddy? No. Okay, go ahead, El Teddy.
My only thing is, and this is for all gay platforms or gay
What's that?
television.
I can't see what that is.
Is that the elder?
That's
Yeah.
mommy? Oh, okay. Oh, got it. She's on the phone with her mommy. Got it. Go ahead.
My only thing is I don't like that on LGBTQ plus platforms that we're still highlighting the same tropes that we should be past. First trope that I'm sick of hearing is you were molested as a child and that made you LGBTQ plus. That bothers my spirit, angers the entirety of my spirit. Because I'm not saying that they said that. I'm getting to a point. Oh. The second trope that I hate is, oh, I found out I have HIV and the world is over. You do realize the CDC has now before. Wait, let me finish.
But if that's their reality, that's their reality.
But my reality is, what I'm saying is, the not just the CDC, but major medical organizations last year deemed that HIV was no longer a terminal disease. No longer let me finish. Let me finish.
Doesn't mean that somebody don't feel some kind of way about
let me finish what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this:
something you have forever.
No. I listen to what I'm saying. Diabetes is something people have forever. Lupus is something.
And if I go to the doctor tomorrow,
no. Let me get to my point.
Diabetes, I'm gonna have a issue.
Let me say this: in the same way that there are a lot of, and even more statistically, straight people who have HIV than gay people that have HIV. Wait, let me finish.
Oh God.
You never. The point that I'm making is, there's on no heterosexual or heteronormative show where that's the highlight, where somebody says, I have HIV and now life is ending, and that becomes the whole part. And I say that because,
first of all, I think saying no is a strong word. I don't think that's true.
What? I
don't think that's true to say that there's no a storyline where a straight person gets HIV. I don't think that's true.
But it's not, what I'm saying, it's not highlighted on social media. It's not highlighted on television the way it is on gay programs and gay shows. And the point that I'm making is, even in across America, they still see HIV as more so a gay disease, because there's always that stigma. It kind of almost like the way people say, oh, black people are on welfare and food stamps, and food stamps is for black people and the welfare queens, when we know there are more white people that are on welfare and food stamps than there are black people. In the same regard, there are more straight people that have HIV than there are gay people that have HIV.
That's not a fair analysis.
I don't think that's a fair.
I absolutely think it's fair, because
I don't think so, because again, this isn't a TV show where somebody wrote a script. These are these people's real lives. And
what I'm saying is, I never even got my point out. I never even finished getting my point out.
Fine. You've been talking for 15 minutes.
But let me get my point out. My point is, what I do not like is, I'm not saying that people should not be concerned about their health status, but what I'm saying is, we're never going to get over HIV being seen as a gay disease if every time somebody gets HIV, that becomes the highlight of what we know about them. Or even as members, people who get HIV, and I don't have HIV, so but I have some of the closest people to me that do have it. What I'm saying is, if we get to the point where, okay, you got diagnosed with that, and it doesn't become, okay, I'm going to die. And that's the way it's made to be seen, as if people seem like, oh my God, I got diagnosed with HIV and I'm going to die. And that's just not where it is. This is not 20 years ago and 30. But that's the point. We're never going to get past that feeling. We don't get, no. We don't get past that feeling if we keep doing what we do on only gay
But
shows.
it's
We
his
do not see
story.
this on any other
That's
platform
not
except for
true.
gay or straight
It's
or
not
straight.
true.
That is true.
It's
The,
not
the
true.
stigma that is placed on HIV and AIDS
But
is
don't say we don't see it on any
absolutely
other
more
platform
placed
because
on,
that's not true.
more
If
pronounced
that's
on
somebody's story, it's their
LGBTQ plus
story.
platforms than it is
If
on
it's somebody's
straight
story,
platforms.
it's their story, El Teddy.
Mm-mm. What I'm saying is, I think that we add to the stigma and we add to
I
people
understand what
in
you're
the
saying, but
in the
I
community not
understand what I
wanting to get
understand what
tested
you're saying.
or thinking that they're going to die if we continue to make sure that we say, okay, oh my God, this person got diagnosed with AIDS and now they feel like their life is ending. And that's not how this is
Can I
anymore.
can I
We're
can I
not in that
interject?
point
Can
anymore.
I interject
Go
really
ahead
quickly?
now. Go ahead.
So just to confirm, you're not saying specific to this show. You're not saying this boy's
Mm-mm.
story is what you're saying, that the tropes
I'm
exist
just
and you see it
general.
frequently. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's say that this particular boy, I don't know his name because he's not very interesting. Um, but let's say that this
He's
particular
called
boy,
Chop Bangs. His name is Chop Bangs.
That
Chop
is not who
Banks.
it is.
Chop
Oh,
Bangs.
It's
I'm being
not
serious.
him.
I don't know his name. What's his
Chop
name?
Bangs.
It's
No, that's
not him.
oh, it's not Chop Bangs. It's Mark.
No.
It's Mark. I'm sorry, it's not Chop
Okay,
Bangs.
so let's just say that for him, who was recently diagnosed with HIV, he does feel like his world is ending. Doesn't it make for a better show if maybe 2 to 3 episodes later, you see that he realizes that that's not the case? So maybe somebody else who just recently got HIV, who feels like their world is ending, can see somebody transition to a more comfortable space and living with it and being undetectable and so on and so on. I think that's a full-bodied story, and that is his story to tell. And if he has gone to the producers and said, I want to share this part of my life, because by his own admission, he stopped doing everything. It seemed like it consumed his world. So I'm sure you're not talking about him specifically, but that's probably why you got that much
Yeah, I'm
pushback,
not.
because
I'm
they
not
thought,
speaking about him specifically, but what I am saying is on LGBTQ plus programming, when we have anybody that is diagnosed with HIV, it becomes a consuming situation, which doesn't help the narrative or the stereotype that this is not a terminal situation anymore. It's not something that is hell. It's easier to live with HIV than it is with diabetes. Let's be clear about that. And
I feel like you are not necessarily having the same conversation with everybody else again. And I think that's why you got so much pushback, El Teddy. I don't think they're disagreeing
now
with you.
I do come into this saying I have a higher degree of looking at what is presented by LGBTQ plus platforms because I am LGBTQ plus because I am a black gay male. And when there's a black gay show, I have a much more vested interest and I live the experience of what it means to be that. And so I'm much more vested in how they present us than I am on other shows. So if I'm more critical, you may be correct. But what I will say about this is, and I haven't just said this about Chasing Orlando, I've said this many times about other of the shows that I've reviewed where this has come out. I just don't like that they act somebody finding out that they have HIV in 2025 is damn near like it's 1985 or 1995 and we're not in the same place that we were in 1985 and 1995 as we are in 2025 and it's not something where you are debilitated or it's a death sentence like that. And I don't think we get beyond that if we continue to make it as if it is this. We continue to highlight that it's always a life altering or a life shattering situation. That's
Okay.
how
Okay.
we
Okay.
never get
So
past that.
I completely understand what you're saying now, but the there are people out there who do pass that along to other people who may not get the medical treatments that they need to make it undetectable. And I'll give you a prime example. There's a really big TikToker who goes by Boston CEO. Boston CEO almost died, was in a coma for 2 months because they had HIV that turned into I don't think you can say this online, AIDS, and they almost died. I think that it is still something that can be passed to other people. And I think people having the conversation of, I got this, now I'm dealing with this, now I'm undetectable. I think that it's not as I don't think it's the same trope. I think that it's their story. They get to tell it, and it's part of their life for the rest of their life. And it is something that they can pass on. So some people may not even tell other people about their status and pass it on to other people. We see that in the news all the time: male, female, gay, straight. So I don't think the rest of us are seeing it the same way, because in this instance, he seemed like he was in a very sincere place and wanted to tell people.
If this were a scripted show, I would 100%. I understand what you're saying, but this is this man's story, and he's telling his story. And if he felt like his life was over and he had to process through it when he was diagnosed, I think that's his story to tell. If I go to the doctor tomorrow and the doctor diagnoses me with diabetes, or diagnoses me with cancer, or diagnoses me with any of those types of lupus, it is a life-altering thing. It doesn't matter whether it can be treated. It doesn't matter whether you can become undetectable. At the end of the day, it is a life-altering experience. And for him to be telling his story, that's all I'm saying. If this were a scripted show, I'd be like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, they always use that as a storyline. But it's not a storyline when it's your story.
But the only
That's all
pushback
I'm
that I
saying.
have is the only thing that I'm going to say, and I agree with you, really. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But what I'm saying is that the more we could be 10 years from now, and again, we could be 10 years from now in 2035, and it not being a terminal illness, and people being diagnosed thinking that now their life is ending. If we continue to carry the water for, oh my God, this is a gay show, and we have to highlight the fact that somebody got diagnosed with HIV and they feeling that their life is over. And we could literally be 10 years from now and still in that same place when we just don't have to be. And that's my only concern about that, because that has become a stigma. Like, I cannot tell
But
you,
again, I still don't see how that applies to this.
and I say that because I cannot name you a single straight heteronormative reality show or scripted show in the last 5 to 10 years where that was a big thing. I might be forgetting one. I will admit that. But what I'm saying is, on our things, that's always the big thing,
I
and it
still
could.
don't see how that has anything to do with this.
It does have everything to do with
It
this
doesn't, because this. Listen, and we're gonna move on, because, like I said, I gotta get off of here. Again, this man is talking about starting to perform again. So he's talking to his sister about why he stopped performing, about why he stopped doing certain things, because he's now going back to doing those things. And that is his story. The reason why he stopped performing is because he got sick. Why did he get sick? Because he was diagnosed, and he was legitimately sick as it was connected to his diagnosis. It was a real thing. He said,
I
I'm
don't
better
remember
now.
him saying
He
that he
said
was
all of
sick.
that.
No, I remember him saying he had a health scare, and then him saying he got depressed and didn't want to perform. That's what I remember him
His
saying.
sister said, "Oh, that's why you've been so sick," and he said, "Yes."
I
He was
I
physically
might have
sick.
missed that.
But that's
I'll
what I'm.
admit I
But
might have
that's my
missed that.
point. So him having that conversation with his sister was him talking about his experience in the last year. That's his experience. So that's why I'm saying I don't see where this has anything to do with what you're saying. Again, if it were a scripted show, got it. But this is this man telling his story. All right. So then we get to his performance. And the crew comes out, and the people are there, and Rashida, what's Rashida's male name, boy name?
Reggie.
Reggie was there instead of Rashida, and the people were there, and he performed, and I thought he did a great performance. It was cool. And then he did this whole conversation. I mean, the group had a conversation afterwards. I'm gonna be honest and tell y'all, they lost me during this argument because the only thing that stood out to me was that Max decided to call Marlo a baboon, and that didn't sit well with my spirit.
It didn't sit well with nobody's spirit.
That didn't sit well in my spirit. Go ahead, Abby.
It sat well with my spirit.
Okay. Well,
Look, it didn't move me no type of way. I was offended. I was taken aback when he said, "You came at me like a quarterback." As a lady, what you trying to say?
So wait a minute.
You were more quarterback
offended you more than the baboon comment?
It was the quarterback. You trying to say my shoulders is broad? I look like I'm security heavy. I can protect the building.
Well, he already said that he had a 5 o'clock shadow. Wow, we're already here. He gave us the whole screenshot of the 5 o'clock shadow with the bumps. So quarterback is right in line.
Down. Like how very dare you, sir?
I was more offended with him standing on that goddamn when he stood up on that chair. That to me was an aggressive stance. Now, y'all know me. I'm never the fight guy. I never believed that anybody should fight. However, when you stand up on the fucking chair, you are demonstrative in saying it's ready to go time. So if he would have got his lights clocked out at that point, to me, it would have been justified. Because, sir, why is your little ass standing on this fucking chair and standing on this bench and everybody's sitting down? We're all sitting down.
Because everybody was screaming at the same time and nobody could be heard. That's why he stood on the table, to try and draw attention to himself so he could speak over everybody who's yelling at each other from across the table. That didn't say to me go time.
It said go time to me. When you stand up on the table, ain't none of us standing up, baby, you're ready to go.
So I understand that it's semantics, but don't compare me to a baboon. And it don't
say, not a baboon, because you're calling me a monkey.
I was running like a baboon.
You are calling me a monkey.
Don't do it. Don't.
You are not black.
It was a baboon with broad shoulders and a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
it was 3 reads in one. It was 3 reads in one.
Right. Don't. Don't.
Please. Mims, please.
First of all, I don't know that Max, who gives me low IQ, as he tried to call Marlo low IQ, that bitch gives me low IQ. Max gives me low IQ. But the fact, I don't know that he's ever seen a baboon chase anything or anyone. I could be wrong, but he doesn't give me the person that's. I know. I believe that most people
Baboons
have, but
he doesn't
give me that he's intelligent enough to have seen any videos or looked up any videos of baboons. It just sounds, the word baboon sounds a little more exotic, and it has a little more emphasis on it and a little more stank on it. And he decided to read her with that.
I mean,
the bitch ain't shit.
Okay, so this brings me back to, remember when Erica Mena and Spicy, what a lady name?
Just Spice
got into it, and Spice said something about that lady's child, and she called her a blue monkey, and everybody lost their minds.
Let's be clear. She did not say anything about that woman's child. She talked about that woman's parenting.
I don't give a damn. Don't put my children. Don't say nothing about my
That is different. I'm talking about that woman's children. He talked about her.
Bad mother is not the same as me calling your child.
No, they ain't got nothing to do with your children. That got everything to do with your raggedy ass.
I don't give a good. I don't care about none of that bullshit. My children's names better not never come out your motherfucker.
She didn't say her child's name.
She didn't say her child's name.
No, she did not. No,
at
she
all.
Did not. She questioned her parents'
mothering.
His gender,
because she said you don't have a relationship with your children. That's what she said.
Your children ain't even in your care. You don't have a relationship with your children.
As the parent in the room, anything about my kids is liable to get you knocked the fuck out.
Okay, well, let's get it. Erica Mena is not a fighter. And Erica Mena would have got her ass clocked.
He was a blue monkey because
if we're going with your rationale, Abby, Erica Mena would have got her ass dog walked. If Erica Mena would have rolled up on Spice, she would have got dog walked. And so she would have had her parenting called into question and got dog walked.
I think the difference is likening somebody to a monkey, as in your looks. Basically, she said she had a monkey. She was a monkey with a blue wig on. It's different than saying your behavior is monkey-esque. I do think that anytime that you say anything that involves any iteration of an ape to a black person, it carries racial undertones. But I think the difference between Erica Mena specifically was she was saying she looked like a monkey with a blue wig.
I agree.
Yeah. But even with that being said, nothing about what Max said is passable. Sir, you are in a group with black people. You should at no point ever utter anything referencing a monkey, ever reference the N-word. There are certain things that when you're in a group with black people, if you reference it, it immediately is not going to pass the sniff test. And you knew that while you were reading, you decided to go down that road. And a lot of people excuse, let me just call it what it is. A lot of people cannot read. That's just the long and short of it. So when people cannot read, they go for the lowest hanging fruit, which is racial tropes, which is misogynistic tropes, which is trans tropes. Those are the people who cannot read. Real girls who can read are intellectual, because we can read you down, bitch, and not have to go down that road. And the fact that Max went down that road and then ceremoniously started standing on top of the bench and stuff, girl, in my estimation, as a real reader, girl, you lost already. Girl, you don't have the intellectual wherewithal.
I would disagree. He had 3 quick reads. I'm not gonna lie, people were blowing up that chat, laughing. And on top of that, one of my favorite reality stars gets on top of a table all the time, and she can't fight worth shit. And that's Tiffany New York Polar. She will get on a table and draw attention to herself.
Baby,
I don't think Max did that bad. I do think that there is a racial undertone, but in terms of the stuff that they were saying to one another, I don't
think Max did that bad either. Because maybe Max still cracked me up with the 5 o'clock shadow shit.
Now Max read her down.
And he got Ebby with the broad shoulders.
Listen,
and put them pimples up there. He read her down.
Baby, the way he took that iPad out and said exhibit number 1,
and then he went like this. He said, "You see, right here." He said,
and he said, "Don't look at the cracked screen. Just look at what I'm showing you."
He said,
"Yes, Max won, and if anybody ever did that shit to me, that will be the fighting words, because you can't take that back."
You see, right there, that's where the.
First of all,
Marlo, the way production zoomed in, I say
they did. But Marlo, girl, Marlo. Every time you see Max, it's supposed to be an on-site situation. There's supposed to be situations where you're not supposed to, where they have to try to force you on screen, because every time y'all are on screen, you're supposed to be fucking that bitch up. But that's just me, Marlo. I'm just saying.
Again, I don't think you're right. Anytime you use monkey, baboon, any of the primates, when you talk about black people, it definitely carries a racial undertone. I don't think Max meant it.
I don't think he meant it that way. He was in the middle of doing the dozens.
But I might be mad enough to call you Haram. Was it Harambo?
Haramba? I think it was Haramba. I think it was with an A on the end.
I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth when I'm mad.
Yeah, thank you to informed. It's Mims, the 4th review member. He is this week.
You're welcome to come next week when we're on my platform, Mims. You're welcome to come.
This episode this week. I listen.
Listen,
The fact that we're at an hour and 41 minutes on this board
How did we get
episode
here?
is
That's only
beyond my
because
level.
Fabio came on
But
here.
that's because
the only
Fabio
reason.
came up, and
Otherwise,
then
this
Jim
probably
was
would have been
here.
45 minutes.
And then, of course, me and you had to have our regular argument. So
You be trying to argue with me, and when
I
we're
really
on my
don't be trying to
platform, I don't
argue with you.
argue
I
with you.
promise you, I'm not.
You notice I never argue with you when I'm on my
I,
platform.
I got a question. And I'm sure you guys have talked about it, but I don't know. I didn't hear this.
Hey, Spilly boy.
With with the cast member who goes back and forth between male to female.
Hey, mother.
I I I don't quite understand everything. I'm the kind of person who I respect whatever you got going on.
I
Whatever
don't
you got,
understand none of it because if
whatever.
I'm to believe that shit that we heard,
ELTEDDY, let him
ask the question first, honey.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And so, as a person who tries to inform other people, because people have questions, and if you never have a question, then you're just ignorant. I don't really know what box to put them in because I think that trans people should be able to use whatever restroom. I think that that's a big deal to Republicans, but if you are cultured and you've ever been to New York, it's unisex bathrooms.
They got unisex bathrooms here in DC, all over the place.
So I don't understand it. But with that being said, oftentimes I think what ends up happening is people just want to cover every single aspect, and I think sometimes things get lost in translation. I don't understand how a rainbow has black and brown in it. If it's a rainbow, the rainbow is set. It's a set
There's no
amount of
black and
colors.
brown in a rainbow. Let's be clear.
No, I'm just saying that, as somebody who tries to be, I try to be politically correct sometimes. And when you incorporate everything and you encompass everything, it sometimes gets lost in translation. So if she's transitioning, I've never heard of somebody who's in active transition because they feel like they were born in the wrong body going back to their old body. Does that mean that they are more like a um drag queen, or are they a trans person? Is an honest question. There's no shade in that at
Well,
all.
ma'am, you have a very good question. The problem is not that what you're saying happens a lot. There are people who transition and then detransition for whatever reason. But we know that the confessionals happened well after what was filmed. So there was a transition, detransition, and then back to transitioning again. That is where people who are saying, I'm not understanding, I'm confused. You can't be mad at people who say, I don't know what to do here. I am confused. I am so out of sort, because you are making it this way. You legitimately are, because I have,
Well, she's
because,
just living her life. I've never seen it before. That's why I have questions.
but
She's just
my,
living her life.
Yeah, I think we all have questions, and I'm hoping that as the season, because I mean, your question is the same as my question. Again, whatever you identify as, whatever your pronoun is, whatever.
And we said that last episode, last review.
I've never seen that.
I have questions because I feel like it's just happy. He transitions. Well, he goes male presenting when he goes to see like his family. That's what it feels like to me.
But Abby, beyond that,
but
my
no,
question
they didn't
is,
just halt that. Wait a minute, somebody in the chat said they've halted their transition in order to have a baby. No, they didn't just halt their transition in order to have a baby naturally. They said that if their girlfriend gets pregnant, they're going to go back to being male presenting. So it's not just they're halting the transition just to have a baby. They're halting the transition, and if the woman gets pregnant, they're going to go back to being male presenting.
I was also very confused because on the show, and I remember this in my brain, she said that she was in a trans relationship with her girlfriend, who's a natural biological woman. That's not a trans relationship. That's a relationship. A trans relationship in my brain, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, is when you have something like a trans woman who's with a trans man, and that is, and we see that a lot. That's a trans relationship. But if your partner is a biological woman who presents herself is still a cis woman, I don't understand, and you are a either trans woman or
Wait a
biological man. I
minute.
don't know because I'm so confused as to what to call you. I don't know how that presents itself as a trans relationship. One, that's my first question. And then two, my second thing is, and I say this to people, and because you as you all know, I mentor and talk to a lot of young gay and people in the even to this day. What I tell people that are young and gay and just coming out, I said just as there was a process and years for you to fully understand who you were and take on and accept who you were and come out and things like that, you have to understand that for your family and for people who've known you up until this point, they need to have that same grace. Where I'm not saying it'll take the same amount of time, but there's a time period where they have to grapple with that and come to grips with the fact that you have changed, and they're trying to come to an understanding of what that means and how they feel about that and where they are with that, so that they can be okay with that as well. And I think that sometimes gets lost in the coming out story, where you only focus on the person that's coming out and never focusing on the fact that the people that they're coming out to, they have to have their time period where they have to grapple with that and come to terms with that. However, they need to do that in their own way. It's just a lot with this story that they're not giving us.
I didn't get that from the
With
mama. That mama gave me, she probably told Reggie, come on out that glass door you call a closet. Like she seemed very accepting. I didn't get anything other than
who
accepting. And then
seem very accepting.
when she broke out into
I didn't
song,
get it. Yeah, I agree. I didn't get nothing either. I got accepting as well.
I mean,
Wait,
and
no,
I don't want to
I don't
I don't
understand
want
when you
to
say
hold on one
accepting.
second.
Who's accepting Reggie?
Hold
His
on one
mama.
second.
His
Hold on
mama.
one second. Yeah, I feel like the mama, because there was a video where this mom was like, I knew my child was gay. I said, come on out, because the door to that closet is glass. I can see through it. We all saw it. And I just thought that was funny as an accepting parent. But not to oversimplify it, but maybe it's just a situation where Reggie is not trans and Reggie is a person who just cross dresses.
I
But
thought
we
that
don't
too.
know that because Reggie is presenting himself as someone who's trans. Being gay is very different from being someone who is trans. That's a totally different experience. And I think the problem is when we try to say that all of the letters of the LGBTQ plus experience are merged. It's not. Just like the people of color are not merged. Black people, Latino people, Asian people have very different experiences, are very different in the same way that a lesbian, gay, bisexual, or whatever your letter is very different from each other and they have very different experiences. So if his mom is saying, I'm okay with, I know my son is gay, that's very different from saying, I know my son is now my daughter. That's a totally different situation.
Right. And you're right. We don't know how it started. Somebody in the chat said the mother seems accepting now. You're right. We don't know how it started. But again, it goes back to what we said at the beginning, or at least at some point during this 2 hours. We said that there were a lot of missed opportunities in what production chose to show us. Because I think that is the bigger conversation. I like the fact that we're getting a different version, or not version, a different view. Because you're right, the LGBTQIA, the alphabet, there are so many different layers to it, and it's not a monolith. And I'm glad that we're having the conversation. And again, we're trying to be as respectful as we can be, so we don't mean any disrespect if anybody is like, whatever. We're not. But at the same time, we want to understand. You brought it to us. We want to understand because we may meet a Reggie somewhere down the line. We may come into contact. So we want to understand. And I just think that's the bigger conversation. And I'm hoping that as we go through this season, we see more of it because that's the bigger conversation.
Mm-hmm. I agree totally. I
And the
agree
smaller
100%.
conversation is they're sharing clothes because the same dress that the girlfriend wore to meet the mama was the same dress
You know
that
what?
Rashida had on this episode.
And on
I
that
never
note,
noticed that. I never would have noticed that
that
until
note-
you said that.
it is time to go.
It's no way. Listen,
And that's
I would
me.
have
I'm
never
only one.
noticed that. There's no way for me to have noticed that. I don't
If
know.
she
Well,
ain't
no,
pregnant,
no.
if she ain't pregnant at the reunion, she gonna kick your ass for that.
I
You
know,
might
right?
get these. If she's not pregnant by reunion time, bring your
She better be
Vaseline.
pregnant at this goddamn reunion.
God damn, Abby.
I did not notice that. Nobody noticed that,
I
Abby,
didn't
until you
notice
said
that at all. And on that note, y'all, this has been a interesting live. We had Fabio. Fabio came up to say hi to me.
She
And
said to say hi to me. Like she was the only
He
one.
did
up there
not.
with
He
me
did
there.
not. That's not what happened,
came
ma'am.
up to say hi to me.
He did not.
Thank you, Chuck. I
that
knew
is-
somebody had to notice.
That's how I remember the story. And moving right along.
Well,
Ma'am.
and that's what we do. He called me gorgeous.
Thank
So
you for
there
coming
you
up
go.
here, Mims. We love you down.
Mims came up, and y'all know that's my boo thing.
We love Mims. We love you, Mims.
And I didn't troll.
You didn't, and
And we
You did not.
appreciate it.
and we are
We
proud
love you. Mims, I love you when you troll.
because we can't do you trolling and El Teddy. We can't do it at the same
I
time.
don't troll.
I didn't
I
say
would
troll.
like
I
to
said
troll.
and El Teddy. That's a full sentence.
Okay. Because I would have loved for you to have come up here and trolled Mims. You and me, you trolling, and then me being me, it would have been a great show.
Absolutely not. I would have ended it 30 minutes ago.
You have the right to come up and troll on my platform, and she can't do
I
a
don't.
fuck thing about it.
Oh, I
Well,
can't.
somebody said
absolutely-
somebody said I wanted to be cultured and elite. I don't want to be. I am. Just to clarify.
My God.
And moving right along.
And then there's that.
Oh Lord, no, I could not do busy. I could not do the three of them at one time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I love all three of them, but at the same damn time, absolutely not. With that being said, Abby, what do you have coming up over on the Abby Reviews situation?
My birthday tomorrow.
It is. Listen,
Her birthday is
and
tomorrow.
what's your Cash App? Tell the people what your Cash App is
My
in case they
Cash
want to
App?
bless the birthday girl.
It is $Abby Reviews.
It's easy to
That is
remember.
$Abby Reviews. Just like my name, all one word.
One word.
Amen.
So y'all,
My birthday tomorrow, I'll be 49.
I just want you to know, Mother said it would be revolutionary if all three of us were here.
yeah,
It
okay.
would be revolutionary. I
It'd be
agree,
something.
Mother. I agree.
I thought you
And if
immediately
we had you, as the fourth one, it would absolutely be
Over.
revolutionary.
It's over.
Mm-mm. Moving right along. El Teddy, what do you have going on over on your situation?
As per usual, catch me tomorrow and weekdays at 5 p.m. for Run Your Mouth, where we will give you all things politics and pop culture. But we highlight politics first because those are things that affect you most, and then we talk pop culture after that. And me doing what I do, me being great. That's it.
Be
That's all.
annoying.
Amen.
Abby said amen.
Not to that.
She
She didn't
did.
say
She
amen.
did.
She did not.
She
You
She
look at her face. She did not.
did.
I did say amen.
She did.
You being
You
great.
said amen to me being annoying.
No, for you saying you being great at what you do. What the?
Oh, okay, exactly. She did not say amen to me being annoying. Exactly, really, B. God.
She meant it though. Anyway, Mims, what you got going on over on your 300,000 subscriber channel? What you got going on over there, boo?
Well, I don't want to talk about that. My newest business venture is I am Magic City's newest featured performer. So if
Magic City in Atlanta.
yeah, if anybody wants to come and check me out,
I'm coming, and you better have it all hanging out too when I come to Magic City.
I'll be performing between 2 to 4 for the happy hour.
AM or PM?
PM. I haven't, you have to be.
Let me come there tomorrow and you not be there. And I'll go there tomorrow. And if you ain't got it all hanging out when I come to Magic City tomorrow, it's gonna be a problem.
Mm. Well, it's gonna be a
Okay.
problem.
Listen, Mims, I'm
Look at
I'll
It's a long ride from Houston to Atlanta.
Two
A
whole
long
hours.
ride from Houston to Atlanta.
for 2 whole hours.
2 whole hours. Listen, sometimes that's just long enough for you to get what you need.
Hey,
It
get what
is.
you need. Listen, that's it.
My high school quote was, "You got to use what you got to get what you want."
I believe it. I
Come
believe
on.
that's exactly a quote.
My high school
It
quote
must
was
be-
life sucks and then you die.
Now it must be magical. Anyway, with that being said,
Yes, Chuck.
If
Mims
y'all
is
haven't
slanging
seen
peen.
Mother's review
Chuck
of
Mims is slanging peen down to the Magic City.
wait a minute, Abby, say that again. If we haven't seen Mother's what?
If you haven't seen Mother's review of A Perfect Neighbor, please go to his channel at ELTEDDY27 to watch. Unfortunately, he was triggered and then told a whole story time
He did.
about
He gave a whole story time.
about
I
that
haven't
time he
watched
had-
it yet, so I'm gonna go watch it tonight. Now you just reminded me I need to go watch Perfect Neighbor.
Listen, I'm waiting for Welcome to Derry episode 3 to come out, please and thank you.
Welcome to who?
A Derry.
Welcome to Derry,
I don't even know what that is.
Maine.
That's
a
where he
city,
lives.
city of Maine. That's where all like the Stephen King stories are.
I'm
I'm
lactose intolerant.
I about to say, I don't.
Wait, well, how do we get to lactose intolerance?
I don't
You
know.
said
but
welcome to
said
dairy.
Not D-A-I,
DERRY.
D-E-R-R-Y.
Oh, I don't know because I don't know nothing about Stephen King. I mean, I know who he is, obviously, but I don't. Yeah,
It's scary. So
Really got to watch her show and do her review. So bye, y'all. Have a good one.
I was trying to take a nap, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that now.
Oh, so you want to stay on?
No, absolutely not. I need a brain break. I do need a brain break. All right,
Bye,
y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace. Jesus. Ooh. I'm hitting.